News broke this week that Huron plans to weaken its affiliation with Western and plans to bring a vote to its Board of Governors to do so. Huron wants to remain close with Western, and more specifically Western's resources, but wants to operate under its own Senate and hand out its own degrees. If the necessary steps are achieved, the separation will come into effect in the 2022-2023 school year, meaning the first graduating class to receive non-Western degrees would be the class of 2026-2027.
A longer consultation period now, and it's not going to be in effect until 2027 as a result.
While independence may sound ideal, Huron students have expressed their displeasure with the proposed separation.
There hadn't been an indication to HUCSC before the day it was internally announced at Huron that this was something senior leadership at Huron was working towards. So I think more than anything else, the response from the student body has been surprise.
If you were a first year right now and you were doing it all over, if Huron wasn't affiliated with Western, would you still be enrolled right now?
Honestly, I don't think so. To me, a large part of me choosing to go to Huron had to do with the Western University on the diploma, as well as, just being able to, while being enrolled at an affiliate, to take courses on main campus. There's a big selling point.
And I know even for myself, when I originally applied, I applied for Huron, BMOS, and Western BMOS. And what made me choose Huron was just the smaller class sizes, but the fact that I still got a Western degree. So I think if there was no Western degree, I definitely wouldn't have picked Huron.
According to Western President Alan Shepard, a deal to separate the two schools would have to be agreed upon by both parties. Shepard also said that he's spoken both publicly and privately with Huron President Barry Craig and said that he does not think the transition will be as seamless as Craig believes it will be.
Because we're going to consult to a point where the government process will take us too late into the fall for there to be any change until students arrive in 2023. So it won't be till 2027.
Huron would also have to receive permission from the province of Ontario in order to hand out their own degrees. According to a Huron press release, the decision to separate from Western is not due to the COVID-19 pandemic and is a part of a long-term plan for the school. Huron, being a liberal arts college, has received a lack of funding from both the government and private companies, both of which prefer to invest in schools and programs that have a quicker return on their investment. And money may very well be at the heart of this separation. According to Huron, their enrollment will have doubled by September from 2017. Higher enrollment means more tuition. However, the last affiliation agreement between Huron and Western outlines a 12% affiliation fee for grants and tuition that Huron pays Western annually. The spike in enrollment is good for both Huron and Western, but it's possible that 12% affiliation fee is no longer a fair number in Huron's eyes. Huron said in a statement that even with the residences at capacity and their new $20 million building, their facilities are full. Huron wants more of a say over academic curriculum, but it seems as though financial independence is also a factor at play.
We're not talking about taking away money we give them now, and that's where the money flows. It only goes in one direction.
A significant part of Huron's goal with renegotiating the affiliation agreement is to govern itself under its own Senate. If Huron governs itself under its own Senate, it would not have to raise or lower tuition fees at Western's accord. President Barry Craig wrote in an email to students that not having to follow Western's fees and tuition structure would be a positive for Huron. Craig gave the example of last year when Western hiked international tuition by 8%, and Huron had no choice but to follow suit.
Our priority, first and foremost, is to ensure that all of the opportunities our students have access to are opportunities they continue to have access to.
If Huron decides to offer more programs, because now they only have the main, several, there's nothing to do with, any of the sciences or
going out looking in the job market, that type of thing. I don't know if everyone would acknowledge a Huron degree.
The current affiliation agreement could deter future students from considering Huron for that very reason.